Hello my guys, welcome to another episode of the Microwave Cakes. Welcome to second video for today. This is video number 2, and in the first video, if you have not checked that out, please do wait to check it out. We spoke about Colomani, Gittins, Wesley. We spoke about Santos and a whole lot of news concerning Chelsea on that video. And now this video number 2, we have breaking news concerning Chelsea and other club related issues and transfers as well, and a whole lot more. So if you are new to this channel, please hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. That's like you paying your rent or you liking the content we're actually dishing out here. So I'll be very grateful for hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. So let's get into it as quick as possible. Now the first story for today, according to Football Italia, it says Chelsea are pushing very hard to secure the signing of Alejandro Bastoni. Understand Bastoni is keen on the move to the Premier League. Wow. I think if Chelsea actually make this move, it will be one of the best piece of business this season. Like one of the best, in fact, the best piece of business. Because Bastoni is not just a defender that is probably upcoming. He has experience. He plays in the Italian Serie A. He has been there a couple of years. He has won the league title back to back. He has played in the Champions League final. He has experience. And he's the kind of striker that has this commanding presence in the box. He's very mobile. He's very versatile. And he's not easily to be beaten 1v1. He's a player that steadies the defense for Chelsea if he comes in. He's a player that understands what it means to be a real solid defender. You don't get his type on the market often. You understand? You don't get his type. Like, this is one quality defender that it gives you maximum and it gives you a premium for the money paid to actually acquire his service. Because Bastoni, a mainstay at the Italian national team and also a first team player for the Inter Milan team. This is a kind of player that any club should go all out for and get him, because this guy guarantees you a steady defense. It guarantees you clean sheet. It guarantees you a defense that can win you tournaments, because he has been there, he has done it. So trust me, if Chelsea actually goes for this guy, if Chelsea actually is serious, to get the service of Bastoni, this will be one of the best piece of business. Those kind of defenders that changes the way a club is seen, that changes the fortune of the club. Look at what Van Dijk did to Liverpool. He signed for Liverpool in 2018, and 19-20 season Liverpool won the league. That is a marquee signing, and Bastoni is an example of a marquee signing if he actually comes to Stamford, because this guy is a very solid player. Any Chelsea fan or pundit or journalist who hears about this particular interest will jump at it with open arms, because trust me, this guy solidifies the defense. You understand? This is because Chelsea have actually been suffering a whole lot in the last couple of seasons concerning a shambolic defense, a very bad defense that you can't really hold his own under pressure, that cannot be actually ranked with the best of defense. Where you have the best teams in the world, you can't actually rate Chelsea's defense. It's like very below par. The likes of Bedashili, Cowell, Tosin, no disrespect to those players are good, but the level where Chelsea wants to be, the level where Chelsea deserves to be, the level where Chelsea is projected to be. We had the likes of John Terry, Cahill, the likes of Carvalho, the likes of Gallas, those good defenders in the past. All right, and you can't rate any of them with what we have currently right now. So getting a very experienced defender that will solidify the defense, getting a very experienced defender that changes the fortune of the club going forward in terms of defensive ability, getting this kind of defender that comes with so much wealth of experience gives you just more than just winning games. It gives you the ability to even win trophies. Look at what Man City did with Ruben Diaz. That is what you call a marquee signing. So getting this kind of player, a marquee signing into the team, actually changes everything. And I hope this is not just one of those speculations, and at the end of the day, Chelsea will start getting interest or will go for somebody who lacks ideas, or who lacks experience in the lower tier or in another league, but this is what Chelsea needs, right now. So I just hope this particular news is legit. I hope this particular news is very, very serious, because trust me, I think that Inter Milan team right now, after the loss of the Champions League, the departure of Inzaghi, their coach, I think they might actually want to sell one or two players, and who might be willing to leave, because at this point you're getting in a new coach, a new philosophy, a new everything. Everybody is starting on a clean slate and everything. So let's just hope and let's see how it goes. Now to the next story. Mohamed Kudus has switched agents to Roof Management in what could be the clearest indication yet that he could be on the move this summer. The fact is, I've spoken numerous times about Mohamed Kudus, a very wonderful left-footed player who could play in numerous positions, a player who could change how Chelsea attack is one of the best players in the Premier League when it comes to dribbles, take-ons, ball carries and everything. He gives you goals and assists. He gives you the ability to play in different positions. He's very versatile. He's very fast. He's very energetic. He has a very good work rate. Now, there have been lots of speculation concerning his future. And changing of agents or management per se is one of the indications that you want to make that move. Chelsea was supposed to get his service when he was at Ajax, but because of one or two reasons in terms of valuation and all of that, he moved to West Ham. Now Chelsea have seen the value of this guy, and Chelsea picked up an interest in recent weeks, and recently he also had an interest with Arsenal. So his recent transfer speculations and everything has actually cooled down in the last couple of days. Now, when a player changes an agent, that is a clear indication that the player actually wants to change. Player wants to change club, or the player wants to make an ambitious move elsewhere, or the player is willing to do something different, probably getting a new contract or something. So I think, and West Ham are actually open to letting him go. His previous agent offered him to a club like Chelsea, Arsenal in recent weeks. And if Chelsea makes a move to get Kudus in, I think it will be one of the best moves for Chelsea this summer. Trust me, I think this guy is a very, very good player. And changing an agent now only indicates that he's willing to make that move. He's willing to move to a better club and a bigger team, because he deserves it. Him and Bowen are one of the best players in West Ham, and he deserves to make that move. So kudos to Kudus. I don't know what the problem is with his previous agent, but I believe he is a player that deserves to play at the biggest stage. He deserves to play in the Champions League, and he deserves to play in a very big club like Chelsea, like Arsenal. So let's see how that goes. Let's see what happens in the next couple of days. But to me, I feel it is time for Kudus to actually make the move to somewhere he is guaranteed trophies, somewhere he's guaranteed the highest level, the highest competition, Champions League and whatsoever. That is where he should be, because he's a very, very good player and he deserves to be there. So let's move to the next topic. Man United have begun talks for French international Christopher Nkunku. Wow. The thing is, this news didn't just start today. This news have started like some time ago, and Nkunku has not really had it so clean in Chelsea. Nkunku has not really had it so free flowing in Chelsea since the new coach came in. The season he came in, he was hit with so much of injuries, and he came in towards the end of the season with Pochettino. And he scored one or two goals at that point, and we were hoping to see the best of Nkunku this last season that just finished. But he was ravaged with injury at some point. He is one of the best players in the Conference League, but he is not the player for Maresca's style of play. He's not the player that gives you that press up front like Maresca wants it. He has been below par. He has been below expectations at Chelsea. He has not really met up that standard that Maresca actually wants, and he's just a different kind of player to what the coach demands. He's not a bad player. He's a very good player. He scored a couple of goals in the Conference League. Like I said earlier, he scored numerous goals with RB Leipzig before he came to Chelsea. But the problem with Nkunku now is just the style of play, and the demands at Chelsea is very high. Under Amorim, he might cook, because Amorim, they play with 2 10s all right, behind the striker, so he could actually cope with that. But Chelsea play with 110 behind the striker and the number 8 that actually do the box crashing thing, you know. But Nkunku is not a bad player. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? But it doesn't match up to the style of play for Maresca, and he has refused to actually improve to play to the wow Maresca wants him. You know, numerous times Chelsea were without a striker this season, and Chelsea even had to play. After Chelsea tried him at the number 9 position, it didn't really work out with him. He was very, very lackluster. He wasn't putting up the pressure. He wasn't mounting up the press and everything. Chelsea had to start playing Neto, a winger. Chelsea had to start playing Neto as the first 9. And that actually reduced his value and reduced, you know, what he brings to the team. You know, at some point he lost form drastically. In January, Manchester United were interested, Bayern Munich were interested, but Chelsea quoted him at 60 million. To me, I think that was too high for him. I know he has numerous time in terms of contracts at Chelsea, numerous contract lengths, like the years of his length, the contract length, but I think Chelsea would have allowed him leave for like 50 million to Bayern Munich in January, you know, but Chelsea decided to keep him because the price that was quoted for him was too much, and Bayern Munich opted not to pay that. So right now, the only club that are interested in him, you know, is Manchester United, and his value keeps on going down. Why? Because he doesn't get playing time. He doesn't start right now in the conference, in the World Club World Cup. He hasn't really played like that and everything. So it's best for him and for both parties to actually part ways with Nkunku. Yes, he should go to Manchester United, where he will be given time to play, where you'll be given a different environment, where you'll be playing under a new coach, a new system, a new everything. And let's hope that it works out for him, because he deserves to be happy. He has gone through a lot with injuries and a whole lot of things. So let's see what happens. Let him go there. Let him, you know, make the move, and let's see how it goes. So now to the next story concerning Liam Delap. According to Nazar Kensela, it says Liam Delap has asked whether he believes in Chelsea number 9 cause. No, he replied, no, I'm not that type of person. It's something that people talk about, but it doesn't mean anything to me. It's something that related to strikers, so I chose it. So first of all, he says he doesn't believe in causes. All right. Also, other players that have been here before, Torres, you know, so many of them, their names elude me now. Most of them that have actually wear the number 9 jersey has not actually worked out well for them here in Chelsea, you know. And even Morata at some point wore the number 9 jersey, you know, and it didn't really work out. Falcao, that's the name I was trying to remember, wore the number 9 jersey. So many of them wore the number 9 jersey that didn't really work out for them. And he said he doesn't believe in curses. He chose that, and he wants to break that curse. I like his kind of mentality, because yes, he said the number 9 jersey is related to strikers, so that's why he picked it. So I think that is on its own a pressure on him, and he wants to break that pressure and break that course. I like the mentality he is bringing to Chelsea. I like the fact that he doesn't care. He just wants to play and score goals and be successful. Yeah, he doesn't care about the fact, because one thing is you coming to a club and you're scared of to pick a number because this and this and this, reducing the pressure on yourself. First of all, there was no pressure on him coming to Chelsea because he was signed for a very low fee. At the end of the day, he had to put on this pressure to himself because he wants to prove people wrong, and he wants to prove that what he believes actually works for him, and he doesn't believe in curses. So let's see. I wish him the best. I hope he performs very well. I hope he does very well in the Chelsea colours. I hope he scores so many goals in the Chelsea colours, and I hope he proves so many people wrong, and at the end of the day make the best of his time here at Chelsea. So let's see how that goes. Now let's move to the next story. PSG have turned down approaches from Chelsea, Arsenal, Bayern Munich for Bradley Barcola, who wants to remain in Paris Saint-Germain this summer. The fact is, Barcola, one of the best promising young player in Europe. Chelsea were interested in him last summer, if you could remember very well, but he went to PSG, you know, the previous summer. Chelsea, I think what Chelsea are trying to do are to just take out this, interest in Gittins so that they could lower the price for Gittins. And it's crazy because I really do not understand what Chelsea are trying to do here. There was a report that came in that Chelsea offered 30 million guaranteed for Gittins and 20 million add-ons. And right now, Bayern Munich are also interested. I think that is a big disrespect to Dortmund. No wonder they rejected the deal over and over again. I think what Chelsea are trying to do in the market is just disrespectful to other teams, and teams are taking notes, agents are taking notes, players are taking notes. It really do not make sense with what Chelsea are actually doing. Now back to this Barcola deal. According to L'Equipe, I think Paris Saint-Germain don't want to let him go. I think he's a very good asset for them. And in as much as Chelsea, Arsenal, Bayern Munich are interested, PSG have actually rejected those approaches from these teams. I think he's going to stay at PSG. For a team that just won the Champions League, I think he's going to stay and he's going to get his playing time. Him and Kvaratskhelia will play, and while Jezra Doué and Dembele will actually play from the other wing as well. So I think he's going to stay. I don't think this is a news that I should be dwelling on. Now let's talk about the last news for today. Arsenal have been speaking to Chelsea about the potential move for Noni Madueke. Chelsea wants 50 million, which is not a price Arsenal wants to go to right now. There's possibility a deal may be revived later in the summer. I don't know why Chelsea wants to let Madueke leave. I think he's a very good player, and I think Chelsea should actually keep him or let him go on loan if Chelsea actually wants him to go. See, you can't really depend on an Estevao that is coming, that is still an 18-year-old, to actually integrate into the league as quick as possible. It takes time. You have to integrate him slowly. So bringing him into the squad and throwing him in, I don't think that's the best idea for him. He still lacks experience. He's still a very young player. Yes, he's talented, but bringing him into the fold right now will only put too much pressure on him. I think Chelsea should keep Madueke. Madueke should not leave. I think that 50 million itself is too much for any team right now in the EPL to pay for Madueke. Madueke is a very good player, he's a promising talent, but trust me, I think he should stay at Chelsea. Arsenal would not want to pay that because they already have Saka and he's best playing on the right hand side, and they don't want to put Saka on the bench for him. So I think he should just stay. I think for just one more season, and let's see how it goes. Please tell me what you think about Bastoni, Kudus, Nkunku, Delap, Barcola, Madueke, and Gittins. Please let me know what you think. Please share your thoughts in the comment. Hit the like button. Please subscribe to my channel. Please and please hit the subscribe button until I come your way again next time. I remain your boy Mike Way. Stay cool. Cheers.